The alarming truth behind your skyrocketing electric bills. A nationwide call to action for utility commission reforms. Imagine opening your electricity bill and being shocked by a whopping 2.5% increase, amounting to an extra $360 per year. For millions of Americans, particularly in Florida, this is an unsettling reality. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. The very institutions meant to protect consumers, the public service commissions, have allegedly become too cozy with utility companies, rubber-stamping their requests without adequate scrutiny. A coalition of lawmakers, consumer advocates, and environmental groups has sounded the alarm, urging nationwide reforms to stop the rising electric costs. At a recent press conference, U.S. Representative Kathy Castor, Democrat, Florida, reintroduced the Ethics in Energy Act, which would prohibit utility companies from using ratepayer dollars to fund political lobbying and advertising. This move aims to break the perceived stranglehold of utility interests on public service commissions. The controversy centers around the Florida Public Service Commission's, FPSC, handling of a proposed $9.8 billion base rate increase by Florida Power Light, FPL. Critics argue that the FPSC has become too deferential to utility requests, ignoring the plight of Floridians struggling to pay their bills. Documents obtained during the rate case discovery period reveal that up to a fifth of FPL customers had their power shut off between March 2024 and February 2025 due to unpaid bills. While FPL claims the increase would maintain base rates 20% below the national average, advocates counter that this figure doesn't account for additional charges like storm recovery fees. The proposed rate would increase the average FPL customer's electric bills by $360 per year, according to research by Food Water Watch. The issue has sparked conflict within the FPSC, with some members appealing a recent rate case decision to the Florida Supreme Court. Climate Justice Director Mackenzie Marcelin characterized the FPSC's actions as rubber-stamping utility requests, with little explanation or accountability to the public. So, what's the solution? Advocates propose reforms at the state and federal levels to create more transparency, tie utilities' profit to their performance on matters like energy efficiency, and hold utilities accountable for fuel spikes and other drivers of rising electric bills. Representative Castor believes that by barring utilities from including expenses like lobbying and advertising in base rates, the influence of utility companies on regulators can be reduced. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear: the status quo is no longer acceptable. The question is, will lawmakers and regulators take bold action to protect consumers, or will the interests of utility companies continue to prevail? Share your thoughts. Do you think the proposed reform will be enough to curb rising electric bills, or is a more radical overhaul needed?